Leaving his family behind was a heart-wrenching decision, one that weighed heavily on his heart. Yet he knew it was a necessary step towards a better future. He clung to the hope of a brighter future, one where he could provide for his parents and make them proud. The thought of his parents' smiles kept him going, even on the toughest days. He toiled day and night at his new job in Sydney. Vicky worked tirelessly, sending most of his earnings back home. Each task, no matter how small, was a step towards his goal. Each dollar felt like a step closer to fulfilling his dreams. He saved diligently, knowing that every bit of money he sent home was a lifeline for his family. He often dreamt of the day he could bring his parents to Australia. He imagined showing them the bustling city, the vast ocean, and the comfortable life he yearned to give them. The vision of an emotional reunion in Sydney kept his spirits high, fueling his determination to succeed. Life in Australia was not as easy as Vicky had imagined. The cost of living was high, and his meager earnings barely covered his expenses. Every dollar he earned seemed to vanish in the blink of an eye, swallowed by rent, groceries, and bills. He lived frugally, sharing a cramped apartment with other immigrants. Every day was a struggle to make ends meet. The small space was filled with the sounds of different languages, each person carrying their own dreams and burdens. Homesickness gnawed at his heart. He missed his family's warmth, their laughter echoing in their humble home. The memories of family gatherings, festive celebrations, and simple moments of joy haunted him. He missed his mother's cooking, the taste of familiar spices. Loneliness became his constant companion, a heavy cloak he couldn't shrug off. The nights were the hardest, filled with silence and the ache of isolation. He found solace in phone calls home, listening to his father's voice, each word a reminder of his purpose. Those conversations were lifelines, brief moments of connection that kept him grounded and gave him strength to face another day. One day, a call came that shattered Vicky's world. His father was ill, needing urgent surgery. The news hit him like a tidal wave, leaving him reeling in shock and fear. His father, his hero, the pillar of their family, was vulnerable. His mother's voice on the other end of the line wavered with anxiety. The doctor had said the surgery was expensive, an impossible sum for them to afford. Vicky listened, his heart sinking. He felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility, a desperate urge to be there for his father. The weight of his father's illness pressed down on Vicky. He felt a world away, unable to offer physical comfort. His thoughts raced, torn between his duty to his ailing father and the financial constraints that bound him. Returning to India meant leaving his job, jeopardizing the future he was striving for. His visa did not allow for easy travel back and forth. Despair threatened to engulf him, but he clung to hope. He had to find a way. He had to be strong for his family. Vicky spent sleepless nights agonizing over his options. He contacted relatives, explored every avenue for a loan, but nothing seemed feasible. The cost of a flight back home alone seemed insurmountable. His dreams of bringing his parents to Australia felt like a distant, cruel joke. He felt the sting of failure, the weight of his inability to be physically present for his father. Then it struck him. He couldn't be there in person, but he could send money. It was all he could offer, a small token of his love and support. Vicky emptied his meager savings, every dollar a testament to his love. Each coin and bill represented countless hours of hard work and sacrifice. He had been saving for his own dreams, but now those dreams seemed insignificant compared to his father's health. He wired the money home, his heart heavy with a mix of anxiety and hope. The uncertainty gnawed at him, but he knew this was the only way. He watched the screen, praying that his contribution would make a difference. He spoke to his father, his voice trembling with unshed tears. The distance between them felt insurmountable, but the video call was a lifeline. He tried to stay strong, but the fear of losing his father was overwhelming. His father, weak but his voice filled with pride, reassured him. Despite his frailty, he managed to smile, telling Vicky that everything would be all right. His words were a balm to Vicky's troubled heart. He told Vicky not to worry, that his health was secondary. His father's concern was not for himself, but for his son's peace of mind. He wanted Vicky to focus on his own life and not be burdened by worry. His son's well-being, his future, was all that mattered. The love in his eyes spoke volumes, a silent promise that he would fight to get better for Vicky's sake. The surgery was successful and his father was slowly recovering. The relief was palpable and the family gathered around, their hearts filled with gratitude. Each day brought new hope and strength. Vicky knew he had made the right decision, sacrificing his pride for his father's well-being. The old photos reminded him of the bond they shared, a bond that was worth any sacrifice. He learned that sometimes love meant letting go of dreams and holding on to what truly mattered, family. The balloon symbolized his release of personal ambitions, replaced by a deeper, more meaningful connection with his loved ones.